I get it how I live it. I live it how I get it. Come to and digits. I pull it with a left.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a re-upload of a video that I accidentally deleted, and I don't know what happened. I don't know how I didn't see myself deleting this video, but this is the re-upload, so let's just get right into it. So this is the video pertaining to my eye condition and what it is and why I have it and all that stuff. So yeah. Alright, so back in 2011, I had realized that I had started having a really bad intense headaches, and it got to the point where I couldn't control the headaches. Like an aspirin wouldn't take care of it, ibuprofen wouldn't take care of it. Vicodin, like no pills literally could help the intenseness of this headache. So with the headaches came along with total blackouts. My vision would go completely black, and I was left with probably like 3 or 5 seconds of not being able to see a thing to being able to see, and then it got to the point where I couldn't see out my peripheral. So at that point I started to kind of get concerned. I had a friend back at my high school, Providence Crystal, right here in Indiana, and she started to tell me, you know, I'm starting to notice that you are squinting more, you sat in front of the class. Now I was one of those kids that was like hung out with the bad crowd and always would sit in the back of the class, because we didn't have assigned seats in high school. At this high school, you just go in school and you just sit down, because it was like literally under 500 students. So, well, it's probably like literally under 300 students, because we were their biggest class coming into the school. You know, with the total blackouts, I'm now squinting, can't see my peripheral or none of that. And I was doing sports at the time. During the time of me catching this, I was in the freshman year playing softball. And, you know, in order to play softball, you know, you kind of have to see. So it got to the point where I couldn't see the ball coming towards me, but if I like squint a little bit and like turn my head, I could see the ball coming towards me. So my coaches started to see it as well, and he benched me the rest of the season. He was just like, no, you're not about to be playing softball and you can't see a ball coming towards your face. And it's kind of like the point of the game is to see the ball. So after a while, I kind of just dealt with it. So the summer that it was caught at was in the summer of 2012, and I was at home alone, and I was just watching TV, you know, just chilling at home. Before I knew it, I got a knock at the door. Someone had like walked off and left this notice note on the door. It wasn't like a disconnect notice or anything like that, but you know those promotions that companies come out and like they'll send people outside, like their representatives and stuff, they'll send them outside and try to get you to purchase their service. So that's what the notice was, and the only thing I could see was notice, and it was in big black letters. So I was like, what in the world? Why can't I see this? So I called my grandma and I'm like, hey, I can't read this paper. Like my eyes is not working or something. I don't know. Like I need to go to the hospital, or I need to go to the eye doctor. So she took me to the eye doctor, and it was called Dr. Tavel, and the first thing he asked me, like right when he looked at my eyes, he was like, how was you able to walk in, you know, without assistance? And I was just like, I don't know, I just walked in here. During the appointment, he kept telling me, have you had fluid in the back of your eyes for long? Like, how long has this fluid been here? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what fluid are you talking about? And he was like, this is probably why you can't see as well, is because there's fluid behind your eyes. So I'm like, what? So he tells me to leave. Well, you know, the appointment's over, I leave. He calls my grandma not even 20 minutes after this appointment. He's like, can you please take her to the hospital? I'm pretty sure this is something bad, but I'm not sure what it is. So she's freaked out at this point. I'm freaked out because like I can't see at this point. So she takes me to Riley Children's Hospital, and I'm sitting in the waiting room. I'm bawling my eyes out because I'm just like, oh my God, what just happened to me? So I get in the back, and I have a doctor talking to me. He's like, you came here for a headache and you can't see. And I'm like, yeah, I can't see. The guy at the eye doctor said that I have fluid behind my eye. While they're taking all these tests and stuff, I'm crying the whole time. The nurse is there. They're trying to like calm me down so they can like see my eyes, because they're freaking pouring with tears. So that night I ended up having an MRI and a CAT scan so they could check everything. So once they checked everything, they realized I have a condition called Pseudotumor Cerebri, and it's basically when you have pressure or fluid, pressure that's built up, fluid that's built up in your head and things in your spinal cord. But this is the proper definition right here. They found that, and I was completely shocked. Like, I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was going to ever get to this point where I have to go to the hospital. So I'm in the hospital that night. I ended up having a spinal tap. I'm not really sure what it's called, but I'm gonna link a video down in the description bar down below to this girl explaining this way better than me, but this is just how I'm explaining it because this is my story. But I'm gonna link her down in the description bar down below so you guys can hear her say it, because she knows all the fancy terms. I just know what it was. So I did the spinal tap. They pulled some fluid from my spine, and they thought they had got it all, but I ended up having to have a eye surgery to get all the fluid outside of my optic nerve. So they left a flap open in my optic nerve so that the fluid can doesn't build up anymore. So since 2012, I've been, you know, pretty much visually impaired, like, since then. And then after having the eye surgery, they were just like, no driving, you can't operate any vehicles or anything like that, which is, I'm cool with. Like, I was always scared to drive anyway, but you know, I can go kart and things like that, but like driving an actual vehicle, no. So here I am, you know, not being able to see. 16 years old. I don't think I told you guys this in the beginning, but yeah, I was 16 years old when I was diagnosed, when I had the surgeries and things like that. Here I am years later. I'm 21 now. I'm about to be 22. And having that all happen to me was pretty crazy, but let me finish the story. So as I got recovered and I'm going back to school at this point, I had missed 100 days of school. So you could pretty much see that I'm hella behind. So I'm in the school, I'm at Providence, and they're like, we can't really support you. Like, I really wasn't going to class while I was at school. They kind of had me with the counselor all day to like help me do my work. So out of a month and a half of doing that, they contacted the blind school in Indiana and was just like, we have a student here that just recently went blind and we think that she needs your assistance. So I had this woman come to the school. She was helping me walk up and down stairs, which was just ridiculous because I could walk up and down stairs. That wasn't the problem. But they thought it was a safety issue, which, you know, I guess it is. If I fall, hurt myself because I can't see and they have an elevator for me, I should be able to use the elevator. So I had an elevator pass the woman had gave me, and she was just basically trying to teach me how to write and how to read and all that stuff over again. So once I got the meeting with the blind school, I had took a tour of the blind school, and I'm just like, I don't want to be here. Like, I'm not blind. And that's what all I kept saying, like, I'm not blind, I can see. But they're like, okay, but your level of being able to see isn't the level of someone who could go to public school and function at a good ability at a public school who's not going to be able to help you. But I was going to a private school, so they didn't want to accommodate me there. So I ended up going to the blind school, and I ended up graduating from the blind school. And I am pretty happy because if it wasn't for the blind school, I probably would have dropped out of school, most definitely. If it wasn't for Providence reaching out to the blind school, I probably definitely would be a high school dropout, and that's not what I wanted for myself. Since being from the blind school, you know, it's taught me a lot. I know how to read Braille now. I have so many little devices right now that helps me be able to see small print and things like that. Later on in the future, I'll tell you guys more about how much I can see, but right now, this is just like my story of having Pseudotumor Cerebri and having this condition that took my vision away when I was 16. So if you guys have any further questions, I'll leave some more information down in the description bar down below, and I'll also comment something in the comment section so you guys can further understand my vision and things like that and how this affected me. But I wanted to re-upload this video because I deleted it, and I don't know why I deleted it. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I wanna hear I'm acting different. Same lips that be talking about me is the same lips that be ass kissing.